For many of the visitors to Bowness and Windermere, the main aim is to get out on the lake itself. 1.3 million people do it every year with Windermere Lake cruises. So John, I don't need to ask you why people come out on Windermere Lake cruises, but what kind of feedback do you get from your visitors?
We get some fantastic feedback. The people who come and visit us, they relax on the boat, get away from the stress of the city life. They love the city life, they love the scenery. You look out the windows, see the beautiful views, the hotels, the wildlife. But in addition to that, you can have a cup of coffee, relax. If it's a really nice hot day, come up, enjoy the cool breeze on the lake, nice pint of lager, really nice.
Well, Windermere Lake Cruises is the biggest visitor attraction in the Lake District. We have about 1.3 million visitors each year. We're a seasonal business, and a lot of people say to me when it comes to the winter, well, what do you guys do? And the answer is we sail every day apart from Christmas Day, but during the winter we're sailing the boats as well as looking after them, so that in the summer the boats are in absolutely pristine condition, ready to receive the thousands of visitors that will travel on each boat each year. We've got a fleet of 16 passenger boats, ranging from the biggest ones, 533 passengers, down to some smaller ones with only about 50 seats. And those boats, during the height of the season, so that's from April to the end of October, they'll be sailing throughout the day, every day. We have a thinner service in the winter, but as I say, every single day, apart from Christmas Day, we all have a day off then. We're sailing, looking after the people, because there are visitors to Windermere all the year round.
We've been holding a book launch for Hunter Davies, who's a local author. He's been collecting together and working for the last 2 years on mad museums, and of course Penton Museum is a mad, unusual museum, so we're part and parcel of that new book. And Hunter kindly asked us whether we'd like to host that book launch today. There's been a previous book with a little gnome on the front. I'm unallowed to say the title, but it's something to do with Alton Towers being rubbish, and lots of people need to go and do unusual, quirky things. And that book was fantastic. From the visitor's point of view, people were reading that and wanted to have alternative family days out. We are that alternative family day out, along with the other museums that are in that book. There are 15 quite unusual days out, spend in a nice family attraction. We've got Mr. Beanie here today, we've got the gentleman who owns the Lawnmower Museum, and also local celebrity Peter Nelson from Cars in the Stard and most recently Bomb Museum, and now ourselves from the Pencil Museum.
Hi, my name is Captain Beanie from Planet Venus, and that's Venus with a B. And here I am at the Pencil Museum here in Cumberland, in Keswick to be precise. Hey, I tell you what's happening here today. I tell you what, Captain Beanie is endorsing this book called Behind the Scenes at the Museum of Baked Beans. Why the Museum of Baked Beans? That's because Captain Beanie runs the one and only Visual World Baked Bean Museum, and we're here for the endorsement of Hunter Davies' latest new periodical, and we're here for the inaugural launch, and by all means this is how Captain Beanie is here today. Thank you very much.
I'm just going to do a little brief introduction and then I will hand over to Hunter for the book launch. Can I just say a huge thank you, firstly to all of you for coming, thank you very much this afternoon, and also to Hunter for launching and choosing the museum for the book. It seems ages ago that you sat down and really spoke to David and I in the office, and all of our past histories came out into that book. But like all the other museums, I think it's a really nice angle that you've twisted it, not just about the museums, but really about who and why and the characters behind those museums, and have made them so popular. So thank you very much.
Well, the book is about what I call mad museums, and by mad museums, which doesn't sound very polite, it's just because people that begin these museums are obsessive, often eccentric people, and their family and friends say, when they say, I'm going to have a museum, they say, you must be mad. This Pencil Museum, people laugh when they think a whole museum devoted to a single little thing like a pencil. And I say, it's immigration, it's industry, it's culture, it's art. And this museum today, the one little object gets 100,000 people every year coming to it. It's amazing.
Welcome to the Bond Museum, the James Bond Museum here in Keswick. And my name's Peter Nelson, the owner of the museum, which has been amazingly popular. People have travelled from all over the world to see all the James Bond vehicles. So we've got all the Aston Martins and the Lotuses and all the other vehicles and props and bits and pieces from James Bond. It was a bit of a madness starting it off because, of course, I didn't know if I'd be able to find these things. And really, it took me into a mad phase of my life because I did travel around the world. I did try to track all these things down. I did spend all my money on these vehicles because you get carried away. You totally get carried away. So we were sitting on cardboard boxes at home. We didn't have furniture because I'd spent everything on all these cars. And so it was that sort of madness that took over me in collecting all the vehicles that I've got. So it's little wonder that he featured in this great book. The great thing about the book is that it does a great justification for setting this place up, and I suppose it does tell the story of the troubles that and the pain I went through, as well as the excitement I've gone through to bring this to the public and allow the public to see the collection.
Well, the thing about this book about museums is that it's self-indulgence. I am personally a great collector of treasures. Other people think it's rubbish, but I think they're treasures. And I wanted to interview and meet people who collect things, who are obsessive about collecting things, and who have begun their own museum. So I wanted to meet them and see them and talk to them and hear their story. Because obviously I don't think they're mad. I think they're marvellous and wonderful, and I wish I'd done it.
This is the Lakes TV What's On guide, where we take a look at what's coming up in Cumbria and the Lake District. First up at the Brewery Arts Centre, the Jive Aces play on Friday the 11th. This follows a swing and jive workshop for absolute beginners from 7 till 8 PM. And on Friday the 25th, Jack Bruce performs. To find out how to book tickets for events and see what's coming up, visit www.breweryarts.co.uk. At the Coronation Hall, Ulverston, the Moscow Ballet perform La Classique on Friday the 11th. The JLS Experience play on Saturday the 12th. There are performances of Cabaret from Tuesday the 15th to Thursday the 17th of March. And on the 24th of March is the Manchester Camerata Series playing Chamber Greats. To find out how to book tickets for events and see what's coming up, visit www.corohall.co.uk. At the Theatre by the Lake, it's Words by the Water, a festival of words and ideas. That's ongoing until Sunday the 13th. There are performances of HMS Pinafore on Tuesday the 15th and Wednesday the 16th. And the Fitzrovia Radio Hour plays on the 17th of March. At the Reggae Centre Penrith now, and the Wildlife Photographer of the Year 2010 exhibition runs from Saturday the 12th to Sunday the 15th of May. And also at the Reggae Centre there's a lecture by Cumbrian David Bailey, who's an Emmy award-winning wildlife filmmaker, on Friday the 18th. At the Forum Barrow in Furness, the Furies and Davy Arthur play on Friday the 11th. Comedian Mark Steele's in town on Saturday the 12th. And the Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis is on the 17th. The Sand Centre Carlisle now, and the Royal Scottish National Orchestra perform on the 11th. That's followed by an ABBA tribute, Super Trooper, on Saturday the 12th. There's a performance of The Man Who Was Hamlet at the Rosehill Theatre Whitehaven on Saturday the 12th. And Call Mr Robeson, A Life with Songs, on Saturday the 19th. And Eden Arts present Funeral for a Friend at the Penrith Leisure Centre on Friday the 18th. Playing us out this week is a look at Lakes Adventure TV, a new series from Lakes TV. It's coming soon.